Get off my fucking TV, especially Eva Marie. All you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. And this is not only the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes, it's gonna be the fucking podcast that ends up being longer than Backlash on Sunday. This is the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes. Right here on YouTube.com. This is Off The Script. Episode 134, part #1 for your Backlash weekend, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this edition of Off The Script. We're going to go over Backlash and the lack thereof. There's only 5 fucking matches announced for this pay-per-view, but we're going to go over it regardless. I also got other pieces of information for you in this video. We're not going to make it an entire video of preview and predictions like we usually do with a Summerslam or a Royal Rumble or a WrestleMania, because there's only 5 fucking matches announced, and there's only so much that I can talk about with the lack of fucking build we have for this show, and the lack of matches that have been announced for a 3-hour event on the WWE Network. So we'll talk about other minor stories as well in this video. Action-packed regardless. Thank you guys for joining me. I do want to make mention of one thing. Man. I seem to have stirred the pot on social media way too well. And I want to get it out there. Everybody's fucking tweeting me. Dude, my Twitter was absolutely a fucking nuclear bomb ever since Monday. And I want to put it out there that the picture I posted about the Big Show wearing Get Off My TV version 2 is nothing more than a troll. Now, I don't know how many people this has reached. I don't know how many fucking people in WWE have seen this. But regardless of it, it's exposure for me, and I didn't mean for it to get to that point in which it did, okay? People were fucking following me on Twitter simply to tell me that, JD, your picture with the Big Show wearing your merchandise is floating around on Instagram all over the place via different wrestling Instagram pages, and it was just fucking crazy. I'm here to tell you guys it was nothing but a very, very, very well done Photoshop that someone of the show did. And it was tweeted to Joe Cronin. It was tweeted to his people. And I seen it because I was trolling or, checking out Joe's page to see what he had posted for, during that day specifically. And I seen that on his timeline because he retweeted it. So I'm like, you know what, let me save this. And when something happens on Monday Night Raw that's cringeworthy or Get Off My TV worthy, I'll post that during Monday Night Raw. And that's exactly what I did this week, and it just fucking blew up. I think you guys got like fucking 400-something retweets on that one picture. It's fucking crazy. I'm here to tell you it's nothing more than a Photoshop, a very, very, very good Photoshop picture of Big Show wearing version 2 of Get Off My TV. Do not take it seriously. Big Show does not listen to this show. Big Show does not wear my merchandise. Though I heard Big Show has lost weight, I don't think Big Show is wearing my merchandise with him on it that says hashtag Get Off My TV. It would be funny, and I'm not sure how he would take it, but, you know, we just don't like Big Show on our TVs over here. That's all I want to say. You know, he's well past his prime. If we were talking maybe 15 years ago, I would have no problem with Big Show being on my TV. But in 2016, when the guy is barely mobile, I don't want to see him on my television. Okay, I don't want to see him main eventing Monday Night Raw. I don't want to see him wrestling Shaquille O'Neal at WrestleMania. Please, spare me the fucking misery and pour me a shot of bleach on ice. That's all I gotta say about that. But it is nothing more than a troll, so do not take it seriously, okay? So you guys were fucking going apeshit crazy over that. I needed to make mention of that. But now that that's out of the way, if you guys enjoy what you hear, please hit that thumbs up on the video. If you guys enjoy what you hear, also patreon.com/JD from NY206. If you guys want to pledge to the podcast and appreciate the hard work I do day in and day out, week after week after week on here, patreon.com is for you. Go on there, read the mission statement, read what I'm about and why I'm doing this. And if you feel an obligation to pledge, by all means, you can do so, man. You don't have to at all. It is there for you guys if you want to do it. That's patreon.com/JD from NY206. If you guys don't want to pledge with the Patreon account, obviously the merchandise that I sell directly affects this podcast and the growth of this channel as well. It's a great way to support the show. If you guys don't want to pledge through Patreon, that's barbershopwindow.com. We're an official partner of Barbershop Window, which is owned by Pro Wrestling Tees and 1 Hour Tees. All you got to do is go to barbershopwindow.com, type in Off the Script in the search menu, and you're going to be brought right to my online shop. And I provided a link down in the description as well if you guys want to go check that out for easy access. There's different t-shirts on there, man. I'm concocting ideas for Get Off My TV version 5. Eva Marie is a top seller right now on Barbershop Window. If you guys haven't gotten that t-shirt, you can go on there right now. It is available for sale, $19.99. I got Roman Reigns for version 3, Big Show for version 1, and the one that everybody's going crazy for in the Photoshop picture, that's actually version 2 of Get Off My TV with Big Show, Kane, Ryback, and Braun Strowman. $19.99. They ship worldwide. Also, the Goon City t-shirt and the original gray Off the Script logo design. $19.99. Like I said, they ship worldwide. If you guys want to check out my friends over at WrestleCrate.com, WrestleCrate.com, and on Twitter at WrestleCrates, I'm looking around and I don't see a fucking WrestleCrate over here. I don't know what's going on. I was hoping to do an unboxing this weekend for Off the Script, but apparently that will not be happening. We'll aim for next weekend, hopefully, with WrestleCrate. Coupon code JD sent me at checkout for an instant 10% off. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. If you guys want to check out the WWE Slam Crate, this is a WWE licensed product that I am pretty much on the verge of being partnered with, man. It is pretty much near official, and I got a coupon code for you guys. That's JD from NY at checkout. Use the link down in the description below if you guys are interested in the WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate, and I will give you an instant 10% off your first purchase. It is a bi-monthly crate. It's not going to be every month. Bi-monthly. So that's going to be 6 crates per year, and it's going to be fabulous, man. It's going to be glorious like Bobby Roode. This is a WWE licensed product, so you guys know that if WWE is handling this, it is going to be worth your money, man. There's never a shitty product when it comes to WWE. It's always top-notch. Make sure you guys take advantage of that, man. JD from NY at checkout. Make sure you guys check the link down in the description. If you guys want to win some money during Backlash on Sunday night, my friends over at WrestleRumble.com have you covered, man. WrestleRumble.com, fill out the questionnaire, enter WrestleRumble.com's Backlash Pick'em, and you could win prize money at Backlash, man. It should be pretty self-explanatory as to what's going on with Backlash. I will help you the best I can today on this very episode of Off the Script to get you guys the best preview and predictions possible for Wrestle Rumble and the Backlash Pick'em. WrestleRumble.com, enter the pool, and you can win cash money for the pay-per-view on Sunday night. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206 and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. Subscribe, JD from NY206, as we are on our way to 64,000 subscribers. Thanks to you guys, man. Thank you so much for all of that. Now, let's get into the news and rumors here. We're going to start off with some minor stories that really nobody gives a shit about. And I am going to start off with this one. Cesaro versus Sheamus. Best of 7 series. We actually have a match result from the overseas tour that WWE is currently on right now. Match 4 has taken place. Fuck the WWE fans. We want to see Cesaro come back from a 3-0 deficit live on television, but WWE's giving it away for free during a house show in which we, sitting at home in the comfort of our own homes on our couch, cannot see it. What sense does it make? I don't know. The best of 7 series between Cesaro and Sheamus have reached its 4th match. The first 3 matches all went to Sheamus over the past few weeks. The last victory was on Raw a few days ago, when Sheamus targeted the back of Cesaro and moved on to a convincing 3-0 lead. Cesaro now has to win 4 in a row to take the series. It was announced during Monday Night Raw that match 4 would take place this week during a WWE live event in London. Since there is the time difference, the match has already taken place. For you guys, I'm recording this on actually Wednesday, and it actually took place earlier in the day today on Wednesday. You guys are going to be seeing this on Friday, obviously. So it's taken place already. Although Sheamus was threatening to sweep Cesaro clean in 4 matches, the Swiss Superman was able to catch his opponent with a surprise roll-up to get his first win of the series. Now, Sheamus stands tall in the series 3 matches to 1, so Cesaro still has a lot of ground to cover. But he's on the comeback trail. Match 5 will likely take place next week on Monday Night Raw. Obviously, this best of 7 series is going to escalate to a match 7, which will most likely take place at Clash of Champions later this month. During that match, either man could win, and they are under the assumption that Mick Foley stated, I don't know if I was not paying attention all that well, or if he said it and I really didn't give a fuck about what he said, but the winner of this is supposed to get a future World Championship match. Now, obviously, we all know Cesaro is more than deserving for the work he's put in over the last couple of years to be up there as a main event player on Monday Night Raw. Everybody thought he should have went to SmackDown, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought he should have went to SmackDown. I think SmackDown would have treated him better than Monday Night Raw. I think Monday Night Raw simply is using Cesaro and not utilizing him to the best of his abilities. I mean, a best of 7 series, yeah, it's great with 2 guys that we actually fucking care about. Being that Sheamus is very, very good in the ring, the guy overall is just fucking boring. He's fucking stale as fuck. And nobody gives a shit about Sheamus. Not taking anything away from him, but Sheamus in a best of 7 series is not really what's going to generate excitement with the WWE Universe. Cesaro, you know, I understand why they're doing it with the best of 7, and I understand why they put him down 3-0. Now, I do have a story for this weekend, and it's a story that a lot of you are not going to like at all. There are rumors, big rumors, swirling around about Cesaro's status in the WWE. He may very well be out of the WWE, on his way out of the WWE by the end of 2016 as his contract is coming up, and he might not resign due to his obvious unhappiness with creative direction in WWE. He may be no longer in the WWE. And that's something that a lot of us are going to roll our eyes at collectively, and we're going to fucking just release one huge collective sigh that WWE, yet again, has fucked up. Just like they did with Damian Sandow, just like they did with Cody Rhodes, just like they did with Wade Barrett. You can add Cesaro to that list. If Cesaro is no longer in the WWE, it will be one of the biggest travesties in the history of this company. When you got a guy that fucking talented and you don't push him and you don't utilize him to the best of his abilities, and you've been wasting this guy away, it just speaks volumes of how WWE perceives talent. And whoever perceives talent for the main roster on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown obviously doesn't appreciate the fucking talent that they have in that company right now. It's ridiculous. You know? I don't understand why they let half of these guys go or why they don't push half of these fucking guys. I mean, what is the overall consensus in the company as to why a Cesaro can't get pushed? I mean, it's worth giving him a chance. Give him a chance. If he fails, he fails. If he succeeds and the crowd loves him and he gets over, that's another main event talent that you have. I understand why they're doing this best of 7. I really do. Being down 3-0 may work out to be great for Cesaro if we can actually see the fucking matches happen on television. Now, this may be the only match that doesn't make television, but for the simple fact that we can't be there to see it all and be a part of Cesaro's monumental comeback, that's a problem for me. I don't give a shit if it's only one match that we're not seeing. Him, not on television, beating Sheamus 4 times in a row, 4 times in a row is already a fucking mistake on WWE's part. Because if they really want Cesaro to thrive, and they really want to get Cesaro some momentum, they would have these matches on live television for everybody to see. It doesn't make sense. Cesaro needs to win this if they really do want to push him. Now, with the contract situation coming up, they could very well bring Cesaro tie 3-3 with Sheamus. And they could have him lose, pretty much bidding him adieu and giving him the fucking finger. Fuck you. You're leaving, you're not signing a contract. Well, we're going to give Sheamus this best of 7, and we're going to give Sheamus a WWE Championship match. I don't think that's where they want to go with this. I honestly think that they know Cesaro's contract is up, and I think this is WWE's way of keeping him happy. This is what I honestly think. I think they know his contract is coming up, and that there's a possibility he may not sign. Having him in this best of 7 series and come back from a 3-0 deficit with some momentum underneath him when he finally gets that 4th win in a row over Sheamus, then he gets a future shot at the WWE Championship. Maybe this is their way to keep him grounded so he doesn't make a decision that he potentially regrets. I don't know. WWE wants Cesaro. They just don't want him to go anywhere else. Cesaro, he knows his talent would be appreciated in Ring of Honor or New Japan. He knows that he can make just as much money as he's making in the WWE on the indies with merchandise and whatever else people are willing to pay him. He would probably be a fucking huge sensation overnight if he goes to a Ring of Honor or New Japan or fuck TNA. And that's what the WWE doesn't want, because they're already in negotiations, if not already signed, Cody Rhodes. Which makes Cody Rhodes and Aaron Rex, Damian Sandow. Who's to say they won't go out and get Del Rio? Who's to say they won't go out and get Wade Barrett? You don't want to give TNA this momentum. You really don't, because before you blink, they're going to pick up all the people that you should still have on your roster, people with fucking talent, and they're going to make Impact better. And they're going to make you look like a fucking bunch of idiots, WWE. So, I don't know, I don't understand what's going on with this, and I might as well talk about this story now. Being that I'm already fucking knee-deep in this bullshit. This is fucking ridiculous. And I was saving this for the weekend show, I was saving this for later on in the weekend, but we're going to talk about this now. Cesaro leaving WWE after Best of 7 series with Sheamus. This is the rumor going around. The WWE is currently in the midst of a Best of 7 series, like you guys know, between Cesaro and Sheamus to determine who is the most powerful and dominant wrestler in the company. Interestingly, despite the fans being solely behind Cesaro, Sheamus won the first 3 matches, and it made it so that Cesaro has to win the next 4 in a row or he loses the series. According to 411 Mania, there are 2 reasons for this start to the Cesaro-Sheamus series of matches. The first is that WWE is working a babyface come-from-behind win for Cesaro, or they are just having Sheamus win the series, which is puzzling, since Cesaro is a star that is on the rise and Sheamus has been stagnant for years now. The second reason is also interesting. 411 Mania reports that there are rumors that Cesaro is coming to the end of his WWE contract and only has between 30 and 45 days left on his deal. The WWE rumors are that Cesaro has not signed a new deal, and if his rumored dissatisfaction with his role in the WWE is true, Cesaro might be on his way out of the WWE. While there have been a lot of questions concerning the WWE just letting Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes leave despite the 2 of them, Cesaro is even more puzzling. All 3 men, talented fucking guys, and WWE just gonna let them walk. WWE just wasted them away in roles that they did not want to be in. Puzzling is not even the fucking word to describe this entire situation. Nonetheless, then Stone Cold Steve Austin asked Vince McMahon on his podcast why he wasn't pushing someone as talented as Cesaro. That is when Vince McMahon made the brass ring comment, saying that Cesaro was amazing in the ring but was missing something that kept him from being a main event star in the WWE. It's not really clear whether Vince McMahon was just talking about Cesaro being less than average on the microphone or if he believes that Cesaro is not getting over with the WWE fans. It's frustrating to read this shit because he was over with the WWE fans, or at least on his way over. On his way there to getting over with the WWE fans, and they fucking yanked him back like a fucking dog on a leash. Disgusting. Disgusting. They put him with Paul Heyman, and it fucked everything up. Before that, he was with Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger, and they were over as fuck as a tag team, and I know I've talked about this on the show, on the podcast before. Even when he was with Tyson Kidd, he hasn't had the best of luck because Samoa Joe ended Tyson Kidd's career. And they were on their way to being a breakout fucking team in the tag team division. Finally, a role that Cesaro had that he was happy with. You seen how happy he was. He was enjoying himself, and they were getting over. Two guys who were doing nothing on the roster finally had a role to play on WWE television, and they were great at it. They were great at it. And then Tyson Kidd got hurt. And then Cesaro was left on his own again. That was the worst fucking thing that could happen to him, because at least with Tyson Kidd, they had a lot of supporters in the WWE, including Triple H. Now that Cesaro's on his own, who the fuck knows what's happening? As you guys see on television, you obviously see what is happening. And you've seen the frustration when JoJo interviewed him on the WWE draft. He talked about not wanting to go to Monday Night Raw, and how Monday Night Raw is all about the authority figures, and they don't give a shit about the wrestling, and the fact that the people go in there day in and day out, week after week. It's about the superstars, but it's all about the authority figures. You know, he wanted to go to SmackDown where he felt like he had more opportunity with a Daniel Bryan and a Shane McMahon leading the charge over there. He was very adamant about this. You know, whether that was planned or whether it was one of those work-shoot promos, I don't know, but there was truth underneath what he said. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been said. Okay? So, I don't understand this brass ring fucking shit, and I don't believe that Cesaro is not getting over with the fans. He was over with the fans until WWE said, you know what? We don't want this yet for him. So when is yet, WWE? When Cesaro is no longer employed with the company? When he's in Ring of Honor? When he's in TNA? When he's in New Japan winning championship after championship after championship? And people continue to fucking ridicule you and call you a fucking bunch of idiots for letting someone like Cesaro go? Is that when yet is going to come? Bullshit. There is no brass ring in WWE. There is no brass ring in WWE. The brass ring is who Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn and everybody else in fucking higher up positions. The brass ring is who they want to be their next guy. If you are not on their side, you might as well fucking kiss your chances at a top spot in WWE goodbye. Obviously, right? If CM Punk wasn't good enough for the fucking brass ring, nobody will be good enough for the brass ring. Nobody. And the only reason why Daniel Bryan got to where he was because we, as a fucking fan base, had enough. Had enough. It's bullshit. And I believe something similar like that needs to happen with Cesaro. Otherwise, he's going to be gone. He's done. So, there is no brass ring in WWE. The brass ring is who Vince McMahon wants. There's no fucking brass ring. You can work your ass off and not get one goddamn fucking brass ring. If there were brass rings to grab, Dolph Ziggler would have had a fucking bunch of them. He would have been the Sonic the Hedgehog of fucking grabbing rings. Give me a fucking break. Dolph Ziggler would have had chance after chance after chance, opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and this guy hasn't had one fucking opportunity at a brass ring. I mean, he's been there for how long? Look at the fucking matches, the caliber of matches he's put on. Where's Dolph Ziggler? Nothing but mid-card garbage. Seriously. CM Punk. They didn't make him main event at WrestleMania. They fucking gave him the fuck around. He wasn't good enough for a brass ring. I mean, the list could probably go on and on. I don't want to sit here and go over everybody that should have had brass rings but never grabbed them. The imaginary brass rings. That's exactly what they are. They're imaginary. They only exist in Vince McMahon's head. There's no such thing as a brass ring. So, Vince McMahon is saying that, you know, he's great in the ring, but he might be average on the microphone, or he believes Cesaro is not getting over with the WWE fans. If this is true, Cesaro has never been great on the microphone. But this is why they train people and work with people and have agents, right, and producers to get him to that next level. If you don't want to put the work in with someone who you deem talented, whose fault is it? That's your fault. If you think this guy is that talented and has what it takes, give him the fucking opportunity and work with him to get him to that next level. If you do not, obviously you do not fucking care about Cesaro. Simple as that. I don't know how else to put it to you guys. But Roman Reigns is great on the microphone, though, right? Roman Reigns is fantastic on the microphone. You take Roman Reigns and Cesaro, and you compare them side by side. Who's better on the microphone? I take Cesaro 10 times out of 10 over Roman Reigns. Give me a break. The in-ring talent speaks for itself. There's no fucking comparison. But Roman Reigns grabbed the brass ring, though, right? Roman Reigns grabbed the brass ring and Cesaro did. What is the difference between Roman Reigns and Cesaro? There is none. The only difference is that Roman Reigns is manufactured and handpicked by the fucking people who run the show. He's got the look, he's got this, he's got that, he's got everybody by the balls because of who he is and what he is and how he looks. If they do not like you, Cesaro has no chance to grab these brass rings. Otherwise, there's no difference between Cesaro and Roman Reigns. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. And do not tell me I am wrong, because I sit here today in front of this camera, on this microphone, on iTunes, on YouTube, right about literally everything I just told you. There is no difference between Roman Reigns and Cesaro yet. Roman Reigns has all the accolade, and Cesaro is getting fucking shit on left and right. Bullshit. The difference is that Roman Reigns has major muscular frame, like I said. Vince McMahon likes that, but Cesaro looks thinner and less like a WWE star. Despite this, Cesaro is one of the strongest wrestlers in the WWE and is one of the most technically good wrestlers in the world. Cesaro has a growing legion of fans, many touting the Cesaro section as they cheer him on. Previous reports from various sources. It looks like WWE is reinserting Roman Reigns back into the Universal Championship title scene, despite the fans turning on him for over a year now. Meanwhile, Cesaro cut a promo that made him look like he was ready for a push after the WWE draft, and then dropped 3 straight matches to Sheamus in a best of 4. Cesaro signed with WWE after a successful run on the indie scene. He was part of a major team with Chris Hero called the Kings of Wrestling, and was hugely over in Ring of Honor, CZW, and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. They won multiple tag team titles. Both Hero and Cesaro signed with the WWE. Hero butted heads with WWE executives over the fact that he did not work hard enough to develop a WWE quality body, which is bullshit, because Kevin Owens is your Universal Champion. Don't give me that shit. Something else happened there, but that's what they reported about Chris Hero. He didn't have a WWE-like body. Seriously? But Kevin Owens is your Universal Champion, and I'm not knocking Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is not going to transform into a fucking Roman statue like Roman Reigns. He's not gonna fucking transform into a Roman gladiator like fucking Mr. Roman Reigns over there. Not gonna happen. That's his body type. He is husky, right? Bray Wyatt is husky. You're never gonna have those types of guys develop into fucking some steroid jacked up freak. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. WWE's perception of superstar is so fucking jaded. It's sickening. That's why I love the Cruiserweight Classic so much. That's why I like guys like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk so much. They were not of the fucking typical mold that we've been brainwashed to just admire and talk about and tweet. They are of a different cut. A cut that we all enjoy. When we look at those guys, those are wrestlers. Cesaro is a wrestler. That's the type of physique. That's the type of guy we want. When we looked at Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon and Mr. Perfect, right? They weren't jacked up freaks. There's one thing about all of them. Greatest of all time. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break with this bullshit. Chris Hero didn't have a WWE quality body. That's the bullshit that they spewed to the fucking dirt sheets and Dave Meltzer. Bullshit. Cesaro moved up from Florida Championship Wrestling to the main roster, where he won one U.S. title and one tag team championship with Tyson Kidd on one occasion. Cesaro also won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, one of the most meaningless accolades in WWE history. It's fucking bullshit. Nobody gives a fuck. Obviously, if that was so important, he would be further along in his career. Obviously, winning that means jack shit. It's nothing but fucking mid-card trash to fill 20 minutes, if not less, on WrestleMania. But WWE never pushed him into the main event scene. However, if the WWE rumors of his contract coming to an end are true, then his 3 straight losses to Cesaro could mean, or then these three straight losses for Cesaro could mean that his end of days in the WWE are numbered. That would be a huge loss for the WWE. Huge loss, that's an understatement. So that's all I got to say about Cesaro leaving. Obviously, you see, I'm frustrated. I'm sure you guys listening and watching share the frustration as a WWE fan. It's bullshit. It is complete fucking bullshit. If Cesaro leaves, you're opening up the door for yet another top-tier talent, a main event talent, to walk into a TNA, a Ring of Honor, a New Japan, and pretty much do this to you. Because you didn't use him correctly. While all the time you should have been using him because he is that damn good. Fuck that. Cesaro leaving WWE after the best of 7 series with Sheamus? I hope not. But if he does, and he ends up leaving, can we blame him? No, we cannot. Moving on quickly, guys. Reason why Bo Dallas had a squash match on Monday Night Raw this week. Bo Dallas hadn't had the best run in the WWE on the main roster. His initial singles run telling everybody to believe didn't get anywhere on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown as it had in NXT. Dallas ended up in the social outcast until the WWE draft split the group up, but he has yet to capitalize on another run since. This week on Monday Night Raw, he got a quick squash, which everybody was shocked about. Are they building up Bo Dallas? Is Bo Dallas going to become a mid-carder on Monday Night Raw? Are they really going to work with him? He got a squash win over a local jobber named Kyle Roberts. According to reports, there is a WWE event in Shanghai, China this weekend, and Bo Dallas will be facing the first Chinese WWE superstar, Bin Wang, at the event. Therefore, the squash match for Bo Dallas on Raw was to simply get him a small boost of momentum on his way to putting over Wang in Shanghai this weekend. As of this writing, it seems like that is the only reason why Bo Dallas was on Monday Night Raw, but received a squash match. However, if things go well against Wang, it's possible that Bo Dallas could get another shot on WWE television as long as he doesn't continue to get intoxicated at airports. Bo Dallas will not be on Monday Night Raw. He is superstars and main event for life until WWE finds no other use for him and then wishes him the best in his future endeavors. That's why Bo Dallas was on Monday Night Raw. He's not receiving a push. They're setting him up to be squashed by Bin Wang. Whoever the fuck that is, I don't give a shit. So I wanted you guys to know about that as well. And finally, before we get into the Backlash preview and predictions, the Shining Stars getting a big push on Monday Night Raw? Maybe. Let's see. The beginning of the Shining Stars run was a little rough. There had been vignettes for weeks to the point where they went on too long, and it actually hurt Primo and Epical's return to WWE television. Needless to say, their debut as the Shining Stars didn't start off with a strong reaction, and the WWE Universe hasn't connected to them yet. But they also haven't been featured strongly on television either. This week on Monday Night Raw, Primo and Epico got a very surprising victory over Enzo and Big Cass, which the majority of the people would call an insult based on the momentum and popularity of Enzo and Cass. But what you casual goons don't understand is that, or I should say, this goes for the casuals and the fucking smart marks on here. Oh, JD, how come Big Cass and Enzo lost to the Shining Stars, man? Oh, I don't know. You're paying them. You might as well use them. I mean, what the fuck you got these guys on the payroll for if you're not going to use them? Enzo and Cass can lose and lose and lose. They're going to come out, they're going to do their shtick, and you're not going to remember who they lost to. Last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Nobody gives a shit. As long as you're fucking spelling out SAWFT, right? Nobody gives a shit about who they lost to, as long as it's not a big match situation. Now, Enzo and Cass are big enough to the point where they can afford a loss and give a loss and a victory to a team like the Shining Stars. They can give themselves a loss, not going to hurt them. A win for the Shining Stars over Enzo and Cass is a big deal because they're the best tag team in the WWE right now. They're the most popular tag team in the WWE. You got them on the payroll. You might as well start using them. Your tag team division on Raw, like your women's division, is very, very limited. How many tag teams on Monday Night Raw have we seen outside of Gallows and Anderson and The New Day? None. Enzo and Cass. They're there, but they're not in anything big. You got the Shining Stars. You might as well add a fourth team to that huge division on Monday Night Raw. Give me a break. That's why they lost. It's easy to forget since since they came back, but Primo and Epico have been undefeated as the Shining Stars. They've also reminded WWE that they were once the tag team champions as well. After their win on Monday Night Raw this week, the two cut a promo backstage that has many within the WWE universe believing that a bigger push is coming for the Shining Stars in Raw's tag team division. So there you go about that. Are they getting a big push? We don't know. But they did get a nice, surprising victory over Enzo and Cass. That could be a start of a momentum swing for the Shining Stars. So that is all I got as far as news. Obviously, the Cesaro story is big, and I'm going to cut it here before getting back into the news. We're going to talk about the Backlash pay-per-view that's happening on Sunday. Preview and predictions. We're going to go over everything that I feel is going to happen, winners and losers, and it's shaping up to be one of those shows that is not going to be good as you look at the card on paper, but I'm going into this with absolutely zero momentum. Zero expectation. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And more than likely, when you go into shows not giving a fuck, those are the shows that end up being good. And those are the shows that end up surprising the shit out of you at the very end when the show is over. So that's why I'm going into this, not giving two flying shits about it. I have zero expectation. And hopefully we get a decent card at the end of the night, in which we can say, you know what, this was a damn good show. Even though there was zero build and no storyline development for this show, being that it's the first exclusive show for this brand, it wasn't bad. And I'll give it a thumbs up. So that's what I'm hoping for at the end of the show. But enough of me fucking talking. Let's get into the card, and let's talk about this pay-per-view on Sunday night. Alright, we're going to start off here with The Miz, who is your current WWE Intercontinental Champion, versus Dolph Ziggler, who apparently WWE has no idea what they're doing with. I mean, the guy was fighting for the WWE Championship at Summerslam. Now he's fighting for the Intercontinental Championship at Backlash in a match against The Miz. How many fucking times have we seen this match? Why should I care about seeing this match for, I don't know, what is this, like the 98th time that we've seen these two fight in the last couple of years? I mean, give me a break. You know, WWE had a fucking gold mine with this angle that they cut on Talking Smack with The Miz, and they've done literally nothing with it. They have The Miz come out and cut one of the best promos we've seen in years on WWE television. It was the best promo that The Miz has ever been a part of. It made me actually appreciate the fact that we've seen a real-life mirror image of what The Miz is really like when he's fucking angry. Instead of this fucking coward and this pussy that we're seeing on WWE television. He got into the camera, he got on the microphone, and he just started fucking mouthing off at Daniel Bryan and everybody in the WWE about how Daniel Bryan thinks he's safe and how he wrestles a safe style. All in all, Daniel Bryan pretty much said, without using the word, he called The Miz a fucking pussy. That's what he did. And The Miz has been proclaiming, well, the WWE Intercontinental Championship is the most important title on SmackDown. Number one, no, it's not. Number two, I don't think the WWE Intercontinental Championship is even in contention for being a fucking title on WWE television, the way it's been treated. It's nothing but a fucking prop. Remember when Dean Ambrose was carrying around the U.S. Championship when he was in the Shield, and he didn't defend it for like, I don't know, what was 9 months? He just fucking held that title around his shoulder. Nothing but a fucking prop. I could make a fucking championship out of cardboard paper, out of cardboard and fucking loose leaf that my brother uses in the lab, right? And I could put it over my shoulder and pretend it's a championship belt. That would probably have more prestige than the belt that The Miz is holding right now. Seriously. It is nothing but a fucking prop around The Miz. The Miz is not a good wrestler. The Miz is not overly exciting in the ring. The Miz is just not championship material. The reason why he's the champion is because, number one, they have nobody else built up enough to carry the championship on SmackDown. Number two, he is the PR guy, so he's going to look good, and everybody looks good, the company looks good, he looks good, and they send him out for these events and these press releases and these shows and all this other shit, and he's carrying around the Intercontinental Championship. Ooh, look at The Miz, Intercontinental Champion. Meanwhile, he looks good, the belt looks good, but what has the belt done for The Miz? What has the belt done for SmackDown? What has the belt done for WWE? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't give a shit about this match. I really don't. And the fact that WWE killed this Daniel Bryan Miz storyline even adds to that I don't give a shit attitude. I just don't care. You know? They had all the potential in the world to give us something intriguing on television, and they fucked it up. So The Miz comes out and proclaims he's not safe. He has balls on Talking Smack. And then the week to follow, and this week currently, what does he do? He runs away. He runs away. He's running away from his battles. He's running away from Dolph Ziggler and confronting Dolph Ziggler. This week on SmackDown, Ziggler confronted him. Ziggler had possession of the Intercontinental Championship, and he lays it in the middle of the ring. Come and get your title, Miz. Show me that you're not a coward. What does the Miz do? He sends his wife, Maurice, to go into the ring and get the championship belt. Yeah, great job, WWE. Really makes me care about the Miz's new direction following Talking Smack. The Miz is going to win this. I don't see the Miz losing the Intercontinental Championship. In fact, if I was booking this entire fucking angle, right? If I was booking this entire angle, this is what I would do. And call me crazy, call me fucking a goon, a lunatic. This is what I would do, okay? There are rumors going around that WWE is going to have 2 cruiserweight divisions. 2. One on Raw and one on SmackDown. Now, I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about the possibilities, and I'm thinking, you know what? I like this. I like this opportunity for WWE. If they take all 32 men in that tournament, some of them I really didn't give a shit about, but the more notable names, if they take everybody that's made the second round, and that's 16, 8 and 8, right? If you take everybody from the second round and you put half on Raw and half on SmackDown, that would make a decent division. Right? That would make a great division, a great starting point for a division. Then over time you can add 9, 10, up to 12, right? 12 cruiserweights on both Raw and SmackDown. Whatever the case may be. Starting point is great at 8 for a division, okay? So you got 2 divisions, and one of those men, if this is really factual, and this really comes to be a truthful thing where the WWE adds a Cruiserweight Championship to SmackDown, what if Brian Kendrick comes over to SmackDown? Now, we all know, watching the Cruiserweight Classic, that Brian Kendrick and Daniel Bryan are very close. What if Daniel Bryan brings in Flying Brian, the Brian Kendrick, to be someone to bring that Miz to the point of, you know what? No more being cowardly. No more wrestling a safe match. Brian Kendrick is as physical as anybody could be for his weight class. Having him go against The Miz, I think that would be a fucking great opportunity. I really think that would be a great opportunity for The Miz and Brian Kendrick. Why not? You know? Daniel Bryan can't do it himself, and the WWE, the reason why they scrapped this storyline is because of everybody's hopes and dreams that Daniel Bryan's going to get back in the ring and wrestle for the WWE again. They don't want it. They got too many fucking PR problems, public relations issues. They got too many fucking lawsuits going on. They don't want to put Daniel Bryan in the ring under their watch and have something catastrophic happen. Okay? That, plus the fact, I don't think the WWE wants Daniel Bryan in the ring, regardless, even if he's healthy or not. I think that ship has fucking sailed. Okay? And the Daniel Bryan-Miz thing is not going to lead to a Bryan-Miz match. I don't think the WWE wanted people under the impression that, oh, maybe the Miz comes back, or maybe Daniel Bryan comes back and fights the Miz. I don't think that's what people want to see anyway. The Miz is not going to get into a feud with Daniel Bryan, and Bryan's not going to come back to fight the Miz for one more time only match. Give me a break. Brian Kendrick would be a perfect opportunity for the WWE to continue the storyline and have Brian Kendrick handpicked by Daniel Bryan to go against the Miz and take the Intercontinental Championship off of the Miz. I like that idea. Let me know what you guys think about that. All in all, nobody gives a shit about this match. It's going to be a typical fucking Miz-Dolph Ziggler match that we've seen fucking 107 times before already. Miz retains. He retains the Intercontinental Championship. And where they go from him, or where they go from here with him, I don't know. Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. Another match that we're still trying to figure out why this is happening. Why is Bray Wyatt fighting Randy Orton? What is Bray Wyatt's issue with Randy Orton? If there's one match on this card that reeks of, well, I don't know why they're fighting, it's just wrestler A versus wrestler B, I don't know. It's just there to fill 20 minutes of our time until the next match takes place. That's all it is. I took it upon myself to go further into this as to why I think Bray Wyatt needs to win this match. Why I think Bray Wyatt is going to win this match. There are rumors going around that Randy Orton's wife is pregnant. He may take some more time away from television before coming back in 2017 and going full force with his WWE run, okay? So that's that looming issue, if that's really the case. Bray Wyatt certainly deserves a victory regardless if Randy Orton's wife wasn't pregnant or not, because of what I'm about to tell you. I took it upon myself to look up Bray Wyatt's statistics. Listen to this. Listen to this. I am talking about WWE only. I could factor in NXT. I could factor in FCW. But I don't want to talk about Husky Harris. I'm here to talk about fucking Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's winning percentage out of 100%. WWE win-loss record. He won 28.69% of his matches on WWE television. 28%. 28.69%. The other percent, 1.82% was a draw. And listen to this. 69.49% Bray Wyatt has lost on WWE television. So out of 100%, Bray Wyatt has lost near 70% of his matches on WWE television. I'm going to go further than that. His win-loss percentage on pay-per-view. 14 wins on pay-per-view. He's had 29 pay-per-view matches. 53.85%. Out of 100, 53.85% winning percentage on pay-per-view. Loss, he lost 12 matches. 46.15. So that's where the even-Steven booking comes in. That's pretty much about where WWE typically is with this kind of situation. But the fact that he lost close to 70% of his matches on WWE television is fucking ridiculous. Why? Bray Wyatt says he's a god. Gods don't lose. Gods are immortal. Gods cannot be touched. Gods cannot be beaten. Gods cannot be hurt. Gods cannot bleed. Gods are up here while people like Randy Orton are down here. Why is Bray Wyatt losing matches, but he's coming out proclaiming that he is a god? Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me. Why is Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt fighting at Backlash? Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Randy Orton was thrusted into a fucking match for no reason against Brock Lesnar. Done. Staples to the head. Blood all over the place. We'll move on. So now he's in a match with Bray Wyatt. Why? What are they fighting over? What is the issue between these two? There is none. This is WWE not giving a fuck about direction on television. This is WWE, again, clueless as to what they do with Bray Wyatt. But 69% of his WWE televised matches, losses, that number needs to change immediately. Bray Wyatt wins with his sister Abigail. And if he does not win, I don't want to hear nothing about Bray Wyatt being a god. I don't want to hear nothing about Bray Wyatt being the face of fear. He's the face of fucking nothing if he loses. You can come out and fucking cut your promo and sound dark and eerie and cool as fuck every single week. I love a Bray Wyatt promo. But underneath the promo, it means blah, 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 blah. You lost. What the fuck do I care what you have to say for? No. Sorry. Bray Wyatt wins. Bray Wyatt needs to win. Like a fucking drunk on the fucking street corner needs spare change to buy alcohol. He needs a fucking victory. Simple as that. Bray Wyatt, Sister Abigail, Randy Orton goes down. 1, 2, 3. Figured I'd share those stats with you guys because why the fuck not? I want to give you guys a little bit extra. And the fact that Bray Wyatt's lost 70% of his fucking matches on WWE television is a fucking travesty. Give me a break. This is where my interest peaks just a little bit for Backlash. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay, versus the Hype Bros, Ryder and Mojo Rawley versus Heath Slater and Rhino for the Tag Team Championships, okay? Now, we're going to get a match between the Usos and the Hype Bros, and the winner of that match goes on to fight Slater and Rhino for the Tag Team Championship. I have a video going in depth about this tomorrow, and the video is entitled Why American Alpha Was Taken Off Backlash 2016. Okay, I wanted to give you guys more of a reason behind what is going on here instead of just rushing it through here. For you guys on YouTube, I'm gonna post this video and this fucking audio on Podbean and iTunes as well. So if you guys want to go check that out, it will be available on my channel tomorrow, Saturday. Okay, but this is my opinion on this. The reason why American Alpha is not on Backlash, and the reason why they not only turned the Usos heel, but the reason why they took American Alpha off this pay-per-view is for one reason and one reason only. If American Alpha beat the Usos on SmackDown, then they would be in the finals. Heath Slater and Rhino beat the Hype Bros. They would be in the finals. You would have the overly babyface team in Heath Slater and Rhino that has been getting great reactions every week against an overly babyface team and your blue chip prospect, your number one draft pick for tag teams on SmackDown in the finals. Two babyface teams. Now, with the way things are going with Heath Slater and Rhino, the storyline is if Heath Slater loses, he does not get a contract. The only way he gets a contract to SmackDown is if he found a partner, which he did in Rhino, and if they win the tag team championships. So obviously, by that alone, it's automatically sending red flares. All right, maybe WWE had this planned all along, and they were going to give Heath Slater and whomever his partner was the tag team championships. In this case, it's Rhino. So if you had Heath Slater and Rhino beat American Alpha, that's not going to look good. American Alpha has been on the main roster for 2 months. Less than that. You don't want to give them a loss this early in their careers. So what did WWE do? They did something right for once. They took the Usos, who have been overly fucking boring and stale and stagnant. You talk about fucking Sheamus being stagnant. The Usos are fucking stagnant. They were going nowhere under their current gimmick, under their current babyface persona. So what they did is they turned the Usos heel. And the heel version of the Usos were so pissed off that they lost in 47 seconds to American Alpha that they brutalized Chad Gable's legs, took out American Alpha from the tournament, and now are no longer participating in the finals of this tournament. So not only do you get a heel Uso team, you got a change in attitude, and you got American Alpha, who's your over babyface team, not in the finals because you don't want them to lose. So there you go. So what I would do here is this, and WWE has a few different scenarios that they could go about with this entire situation. I would have the Hype Bros beat the Usos at Backlash. Hype Bros go on to the finals against Slater and Rhino. Now the reason why I would have this happen is because you're going to have Jason Jordan still looming around. American Alpha is going to have some type of presence at Backlash. There's no way you're going to take out a team like that and have them just sit back and have the Usos win the tag team championship. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's illogical, in my opinion. So Jason Jordan is going to fuck over the Usos in their match with the Hype Bros. And the Hype Bros are going to advance. I know there's going to be some clown in the comments on YouTube, and there's going to be some fucking idiot on Twitter. Oh, JD, but the Usos just turned heel, man. You can't have them lose, man. Yeah, you can. You can have them lose if it's by revenge-type tactics and retaliation-type tactics on the part of American Alpha. Because you got to think long-term here. You got to think the bigger picture. Okay? If you give the Usos the tag team championships immediately, then it kind of voids out the Heath Slater storyline. You want to finish up something before you move on to the next thing. So, Jordan's going to fuck over the Usos. Hype Bros versus Slater and Rhino for the tag team championships. And we're going to get what everybody seems to want now, and that's a tag team championship run from Heath Slater and Rhino. They will be your new tag team champions. Slater will get a contract. That will be over. Where they go from there remains to be seen. Hopefully WWE has something in plan for Slater and Rhino. But the other scenario could be, now Chad Gable's only going to come back in 3 weeks. He's going to be out 3 weeks only. It's not a debilitating injury where he's going to be on the shelf for 6 months. Injury, quote unquote. He's not really hurt. WWE could give the titles to the Usos, and they could fuck over Heath Slater and Rhino and Slater don't win, and Slater doesn't get his contract. Shane McMahon could come out and says, you know what, you guys were valiant. You guys fought hard. I'm going to give you a contract regardless. They were going to give him a contract regardless a few weeks ago when he was laying on the fucking doctor's table and he was signing the contract and he was, you know, telling Shane McMahon he looked beautiful. Stephanie McMahon looks beautiful. You misinterpreted Shane McMahon to be Stephanie McMahon, you know? So they could very well do that. But I think the first scenario that I talked to you guys about is where I want to go with this. I think the Hype Bros in the main event, get the spotlight on them as a solid team for this division, have them go at it with Slater and Rhino, have it be an exciting match, and we finally get the crowd going crazy, having Slater and Rhino as the tag team championships, tag team champions of SmackDown, and then the Usos battle the American Alpha, and by some way get the title involved with those guys. American Alpha winning the tag team championships right away was going to be overly predictable. You didn't want that. Everybody associate, oh, American Alpha's on SmackDown, we got new tag team championships, maybe we'll do that. No. I like the fact that WWE switched it up. I like the fact that they are prolonging this because American Alpha are the babyface teams. Having the heels antagonist, or the heel antagonist in the Usos, pretty much be the thorn in their side, and have American Alpha chase as the Usos eventually win the tag team championships, that's the way to go. That's what you want to do. Have American Alpha chase, and then eventually get that revenge on the Usos and win the tag team championships. That's where I think they're going to go. Slater and Rhino beat the Hype Bros. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is the best scenario for the tag team championships. Easily the most interesting part of this pay-per-view on Sunday. Alexa Bliss, Becky, Carmella, Naomi, Natalya, and Nikki Bella versus each other in a six-pack elimination challenge for the WWE Smackdown Women's Championship. Not going to go into this too much. I already stated this on my SmackDown review this week. I think Nikki Bella is going to win the WWE Women's Championship for SmackDown because of Total Bellas. You got Total Bellas debuting in the middle of October on the E-Network. And the WWE wants to promote, like they've already been promoting Total Bellas on SmackDown. I think Nikki Bella winning the championship and having that being a nice catalyst to promote the show, I think that's where they're going to go with this. It's easy to give it to Becky. It's easy to give it to a Naomi, right? You can have Alexa Bliss upset everybody. You can have Carmella upset everybody. And with her heel tactics of late, she might be a dark horse in this. I don't know. But I'm going with Nikki Bella. And I think Becky is going to sit on the sidelines for just a little bit longer. It's easy to give it to Becky, just like it's easy to give the tag team championships to American Alpha. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't. I think WWE needs to build up a solid heel female on the main roster that Becky can take down and have everybody have a feel-good moment. I think Nikki Bella is going to win it. I could definitely see either Alexa Bliss or Carmella taking the belt off of Nikki Bella later on this year, and Becky is your women's champion as we turn the corner for 2017. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Nikki Bella is going to win this match on Sunday because of Total Bella's debuting in October. That's just my honest opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that, but that's what I think WWE is going to do here. And finally, Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles. Not much to say about this, man. I'm gonna shoot this direct to you. Okay? Ambrose. I enjoy Ambrose. Okay? I enjoy what he's done with the WWE Championship. I don't like the fact that Ambrose has had literally no build with anybody in the first two title defenses that he's had on SmackDown. I don't. You know? They put him in a Shield triple threat match, and obviously that was built off the legacy of both Reigns, Rollins, and then obviously Ambrose, all three collectively with the Shield. Ever since Ambrose was drafted to SmackDown as a WWE Champion, he's had a feud with Dolph Ziggler that went nowhere. It was built off in very short time that Dolph Ziggler was the guy who is in big match situations and always loses. You can't win that big one. They had a match at SummerSlam. Nobody gave a shit about it because the feud and the storyline build leading up to that match at SummerSlam was non-existent. Nobody believed, like I stated for months, in Dolph Ziggler. Nobody believed in Dolph Ziggler. And that's what transpired at SummerSlam. Nobody believed in Dolph Ziggler. I said it for weeks leading up to SummerSlam. Everybody wanted to fucking come at me and, oh, JD, you're negative. What happened? Brooklyn didn't fucking care. Right? And now Dean Ambrose is in a match with AJ Styles, who is probably the best wrestler in the entire fucking world. And they've had little to no build here. Little to no build. Okay? All I can say is this. AJ Styles, he's failed twice at capturing the WWE Championship. This is before the brand split. Now, this is his third opportunity. I think the third time is the charm. Because John Cena is going to take a hiatus. He's going to film his reality show. He will be back. He will be back. Whether it's the end of the year in December, turning the corner into 2017, he will be back. AJ Styles just beat John Cena clean at SummerSlam. You are not going to have AJ Styles beat John Cena clean at SummerSlam, have him come into Backlash, and lose to Dean Ambrose. That makes absolutely no sense. AJ Styles is going to be your new WWE Champion. Based on that fact and that fact alone. He beat John Cena clean. He will be the WWE Champion. John Cena is going to come back, and they are going to reignite their feud. John Cena will break Ric Flair's record. John Cena will beat AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Where they go from there remains to be seen. That's what I think is going to happen. AJ obviously deserves more than just a couple of months with the WWE Championship. But for the simple fact, right now, I think AJ is going to win it. I think John Cena is going to come back. They're going to pick up their feud. Cena's going to win it. And that's where they're going to go with that. Obviously, Cena lost, we all know, to AJ Styles clean at SummerSlam. You think John Cena is going to come back and lose again to AJ Styles? Absolutely fucking not. Styles beats Dean Ambrose in a great match. Hopefully they give these two guys the time to go. I'm looking at 30 minutes, near 30 minutes for these guys in a barn burner, hopefully. Hopefully the crowd can appreciate the work that goes into this match, even though there's little to no build at all. And AJ Styles wins the WWE Championship. I think it's time we get AJ as the champion. I think he more than deserves it. People were under the impression he was never going to be challenging for WWE Championships on his way into the WWE. Here we are in 2016. He's already fought for the title. Going to be 3 times. Third time's the charm. AJ Styles wins the WWE Championship at Backlash. And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for everything. What an episode of Off the Script. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you guys are thinking about everything in this video. Check the description for everything you guys need. Videos that you missed this week. Merchandise, Patreon, Wrestle Crate, Slam Crate by Loot Crate. Follow me on Twitter at JD4MNY206. Subscribe to the channel, WrestleRumble.com. Everything you guys need is down in the description below. I'm JD. I'll be back on Saturday with Off the Script. We're going to talk about American Alpha as well, more in depth about what's going on with the tag team situation. And I got a video coming out later about UFC 203. You guys have wanted to know my opinion on CM Punk. What's going to happen? What is my prediction for Mr. CM Punk's fight against Mickey Gall? I got that coming up later today. You do not want to miss it. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up. I'm JD. And I'll see you later today for that video about CM Punk. Who's going to win? Punk or Mickey Gall? Talk to you later.